Behold, the first king.
Here, Elder. These are the Delver's halls, deep and true. Nowhere lower to go. If the gods will hear us, it'll be here. As she spoke, Gajana lifted her torch, glancing around the shrine space. The young Dwarden's face was firm as the ancestor visages carved into the solid rock. Nowhere lower. Zugrum was, much like the entire descent, a few steps behind. Broad shoulders swinging, the bullish old Longbeard stomped past her. He turned, plaited beard swaying, and clamped a heavy hand on her shoulder. Show some vision, Rin. He regarded her, giving his half-smile. Half, for the Longbeard wore a bronze-plated mask over the left side of his face. Magic, that is how he'd ever explained the disfigurement. But all beardlings knew that for a Dwarden to meddle with magic bore consequences. I hear it in your voice. You think me a fool to come down here? Never a fool, Elder. You do not understand, though. Gajana frowned. Only as I said before, Karak-Zlat has only just been resettled, and still we endure Thagaraki raids. Their god drives them into a frenzy, and we need every axe. Her own weapon was still dripping blood from its bladed smile, the price of their descent so far. She had expected the Delver's shrine, this seventh and bottommost temple hall, to be the worst infested. That it was so empty was strange. Zugrom nodded. Still, you escorted me. His heavy robes shifted, and his many gold rings caught the torch glare. He was not gaudy, merely kempt, in a way that Gajana, clad in her mason's jerkin, was not. You have always sponsored my clan, Elder, Gajana said, bowing, and always advised me, and you said you had a solution to our struggles. It seemed worth trying. Anything is worth victory, Zugrom nodded. My faith was well placed. Maybe you're the one to see. Gajana was about to ask what he meant when the Longbeard began walking towards the hall's rear. She expected him to offer respect to the statues. He didn't. He might have sneered at one point. She swallowed. Are we not here to beseech the ancestor gods? These tired old things, Zugrom sniffed. Ha, hardly. Gajana stopped short, mouth ajar, as Zugrom reached the back of the hall. It was a simple wall, though the runes carved down it were deep. Then why? She began. As I said, to beseech a god. From within his robes, Zugrom produced a small octagonal charm. He placed it on the wall before speaking in a grinding rumble. Gruginesh Zadroni. The earth groaned. Gajana staggered, gripping her skull as her mind suddenly burst in a furnace and was crushed beneath slamming pistons. It passed, but didn't entirely fade. The runes on the wall had begun to run like molten fat. The rock had ground open like a pair of doors. Beyond, another set of steps led downward. An 8th floor. Zugrom was already descending. None of the venerable stiffness he had shown on the upper floors afflicted him now. Despite herself, Jana followed. Here, the walls were close, tight like strangler's hands. Heat was intensifying, not fading. She smelled smoke. Script marked the walls. It was no runecraft she recognized. Pressure scraped down her spine, the raking eyes of her ancestors silently imploring her to turn back. This was a sealed place. Forgotten. Forbidden. We should not be here, Elder. Gajana's voice was subdued as she reached the stairs' terminus. The hall here seemed largely collapsed, but the altar at its heart remained intact. The statue stood there, its face radiating a patrician aspect and cruelty, the sort only a true tyrant could muster. Its eyes were black diamonds, and a spiked ring pierced its nose. She couldn't look directly at it. "Lift your gaze." Zugrum stood before the altar, his back to her. There was a note of awe in the old Longbeard's tone. Awe, vindication, she could not say. Slowly, the robed Duardin turned back to her. That was when Gajana noticed the bronze half-mask held in one hand. The right side of Zugrom's face smiled. The left did nothing at all. It was stone, cracked, petrified. An occasional molten glow pulsed within. He grinned, showing a hint of tusk. "What is this place?" Gajana managed. She reached for her axe, but her hand shook. "The truth, girl." Zugrom raised his arms as if in benediction. His fingers were claws. "The ancestors sought to hide him from us. They lacked the courage to steal fire from the dark powers, lacked the wit to wield it. But not all of us forgot. Come, behold the Duardin's father in darkness. Behold the first king, Hashut."